darts simply out of this world. We are expecting fireworks. A precocious talent. There we go, there we go. There'll be some angst up there, there'll be some emotion. In it goes. The perfect start. You've got to be ruthless. There we go. Raw emotion.
So we go in Brisbane for the very first time on the World Series of Darts Tour. And we've got Michael Smith and Raymond Smith about to go to get them out here. Our master of introductions, John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Brisbane Darts Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, all part of the World Series. And ladies and gentlemen, for the millions of viewers joining us around the world, welcome to the sunny and glorious city of Brisbane! Well, it's time now to meet the players from Queensland, Australia, taking part in his second World Series event. Please welcome Raymond Smith! And now, ladies and gentlemen, from St Helens, England, it's time to meet the Shanghai Darts Masters champion, the Premier League finalist, and the former World Youth champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the bully boy, Michael Smith!
Not the usual acclimatisation weather for Michael Smith in the middle of winter here in Australia. 27 degrees down here. He's taking on Raymond Smith, who had the misfortune of bumping into a red-hot Michael Van Gerwen first round last week. Speaking of red-hot, it's over to our commentators, Mark Bosnich, Stuart Pike.
Yeah, thanks, Adam, and welcome everybody to beautiful Brisbane. And it really has been a fantastic week, as you say, mid of the winter here in Australia, and in Queensland in Fahrenheit, the temperatures are 80 degrees plus. Much more acclimatised. I'm sure all the players, they really have enjoyed experience here in Brisbane. Michael Smith looking for more World Series glory. Raymond Smith currently ranked the #1 in the Australian DPA rankings. A battle of the Smiths, who will be a charming man who won't panic. And that's for people who know what they're talking about with the band The Smiths. But this is the Smiths of darts, Mark Bosnich. Hello again.
Good evening, Stuart. How are you? And hello to everybody around the world, wherever you may be watching. And yeah, just to reiterate your thoughts, you talked about Fahrenheit there, but I'll tell everybody in degrees Celsius at 27 to 28. And basically, this is the last month of winter here. A beautiful city, Brisbane, as well. Haven't been here for about 5 years, but with the Commonwealth Games that just was had here, obviously they've done a lot of work on the infrastructure and so forth, and absolutely amazing.
It's fair to say everybody on the World Series Roadshow enjoyed every minute of their time here in Brisbane. They've been out and done a lot of things over the last 2 or 3 days, but it's time for business. It's down to business with the final International World Series event before those World Series finals in Vienna, in Austria, in the autumn. Yeah, as Adam mentioned, I wonder whether we're going to get that history-making 6th different World Series winner this year. Metjo Sulovic in Germany, Gary Anderson in Las Vegas, Smith, of course, in Shanghai, Michael van Gerwen in Auckland, Peter Wright in Melbourne.
There's the first 180 of the night. Mr. Raymond Smith. Came up again, speaking about Michael van Gerwen, he came up against a red-hot Michael van Gerwen in Melbourne, didn't he, Stuart? Did well to actually win a leg. How well Michael van Gerwen was playing in the first 2 games especially. And of course Michael Smith, losing finalist to snakebite right.
What 80 followed by 1-2-5.
Second leg, Michael to throw first.
Just talking to those in the know, Australian darts, who say he was hammered, Ray Smith, by Michael van Gerwen in Melbourne, but he was a bit nervy, a bit edgy, and I think a bit in awe of the occasion. I'm playing against the greatest player in the world at the moment, but they reckon that he's got a real chance here of upsetting Michael Smith. There may be 1 or 2 upsets tonight. We shall see. But 305 in 6 darts to win the opening leg is an impressive start indeed.
It is, and I saw him about an hour ago. And you're right, he looked a completely different character from Melbourne in terms of he was very relaxed, very happy. It seemed to be at home, so to speak.
Did you get nerves every time you played?
Every time. Actually, the time didn't get nerves was the times normally, if you look back, you didn't have the best of games because your adrenaline wasn't going. Obviously, you've got to control them. You don't want to be a nervous wreck, but it's good to have those little butterflies in your stomach. It makes you feel alive.
Yeah, that adrenaline rush of playing sport at the very highest level.
So you spoke about some of the things you're doing here in Brisbane. Tell us about it, Stuart.
It's just been good. Just going up and down the river and the koala sanctuary. And,
excellent.
Yeah, just really good.
And did you go to watch your beloved rugby league?
Well, we had a bit of the Brisbane Broncos on Thursday night here at the Suncorp. Yeah, Brisbane against South. Big game, and everybody's enjoyed the trip. I know some of the players, Michael Smith included, got up at 3 o'clock in the morning earlier in the week to go fishing all day.
Oh, superb.
Caught a lot of fish and gave it to a good cause, charity. Trail 18, still a chance. Well, double 16 for another leg.
72.
Well, Michael Smith here scrambling to hold his throw.
54. Ryan required 32.
Oh, he's off to a flyer. And we said last week, didn't we? In these quarterfinals, the first night's games, first to 6 legs, so imperative to get off to a good start. And Ray Smith has got off to a fantastic start.
Well, Michael Smith, of course, will be wary. You may remember when the World Series Down Under kicked off in Auckland, he lost in the first round, didn't he, to the New Zealander Mark McGrath. So he needs to find some form.
He has, just as you said it, he has. It's his first 180 of night.
And after the disappointment of losing in Auckland,
what a comeback.
At the moment, already only in the 3rd leg, but the Aussie qualifier here averaging nearly 110. Yeah, after the disappointment of losing in Auckland, Smith then got to the final, didn't he?
He did, and arguably played in the best game at the Melbourne Masters against Rob Cross. That was a fantastic game.
9-6 down in the quarters to win 10-9.
91.
Yeah, but just looks so much more relaxed. He's been very dominant, R.Smith, on the Australian circuit in 2018.
140. Right, you require 170.
A leg that you feel Smith simply has to win.
50. Mark will require 98.
Big throw.
Well, he made a right mess of that.
Yeah, he did.
Right, you require 120.
Half a chance out. There we go.
Well, Smith to put fifth in all sorts of trouble.
Oh. Mark will require 56. $36. Right,
Wow.
you require 20.
To go 3-0. There you go. 3-0 to R.Smith. What a fantastic start. Now, you're right, we saw Michael Smith come back against Cross and win 4 legs on the trot to win 10-9 in Melbourne. Can he do it here, Stuart?
Well, different
93.
entirely. Balls in the fact that it's a race to 6. You know, going to run out of time. And at the moment, his opponent is just playing far much better than him.
Go.
Michael Smith averaging 88. R.Smith averaging 105. That tells you all you need to know. There you go. Winner of this,
58.
play Peter Wright or Justin Thompson in the quarterfinals. And here R.Smith, who I mentioned, looks like he's almost certain to win the Australian Order of Merit, the DPA ranked #1, and that will earn him a place at the World Championship at the Alexandra Palace in December. So it's a big year for R.Smith.
134.
He was just blown away by Van Gerwen, but looks totally different.
Does.
100.
It needs a few more of those, Michael Smith.
Staying with him.
Mark requires 76.
Pressure on, yet again. One dart.
58. Right, you require 71.
Here we go.
There's going to be a let-off for Michael. Only got a dart a bull.
Game shot on the full flag.
Oh my gosh. Super play. What a finish.
Game on.
Well, this is...
Nothing like seeing a player hit the ball, you know.
No. In circumstances like that as well, to go 4-0 up against a top 10 player in the world. And Michael Smith is in all sorts of trouble.
100.
One Smith is getting a big tick. One Smith is getting a big cross as it stands at the moment. May's playing well.
Look at that match average.
103 and a bit, and he's consistently good.
57.
This is no fluke. This is inspired darts, and he deserves to be 4-0 up.
97.
2 more legs for another big World Series upset.
55. Right, you require
That's a chance here.
170. $94.
There we go. Number 2 for Michael.
76.
So 76 to go 5-0 up. Double 8.
Game
There
shot.
we go.
this is
amazing.
Yep. Astonishing. But amazing will do.
Yeah, well, we saw as well that this will be the hardest part for him to actually finish off, and we saw that a little bit with Simon Whitlock against Michael van Gerwen. 8-4 up, coming to that final furlong, and it's very, very difficult to finish off. And right now, you're at that position.
60.
At the moment, you can't see Michael winning 6 legs on the spin.
Not at the moment. We should never say never.
57.
Totally outplayed by the Aussie. What a start this would be to our first ever Brisbane Darts Masters.
60.
Crowd building up nicely here as well.
Yeah, there's been a really good response from the people of Brisbane and surrounding areas.
And tomorrow night's virtually a sellout, isn't it?
Yeah,
If people want any tickets, they better hurry up.
There are a few left, but not many.
100.
It'll be well worth it. Terrific night out.
60.
Just isn't happening. The man who won Shanghai in such great style. It looks like he's heading for a second
100.
first round knockout upset in our 3 World Series events down under.
140.
Hanging in there.
Michael required.
Was he finally going to get a leg on the board?
27.
Those darts weren't thrown with much
Conviction, no, they weren't. They weren't. My thoughts exactly there, Stuart. What a chance.
Well, that's the nervy dart. He could see the winning post.
Yep.
Missed the big 11, so didn't get a dart at the ball.
Michael required 20.
That was an adrenaline rush. That's a good guide. That's another good guide. Had to go.
Michael Smith,
Off the mark. Can he do the impossible?
Game on.
We talked about butterflies before. I think Raymond will have a few now.
Just needs a good solid start to
That's
the
what
leg.
he does. Exactly right.
97.
But when he actually came back against Rob Cross in those quarterfinals, to be fair, he was playing a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, 9-6 down, and then he took out 120, 107, 99, then 122 for the game. But here, Raymond Smith,
125.
at the moment, he might have 9 darts to win it.
Here we go. There we go. Second 180 of the game for Michael. Big test here for Raymond. Comes back well.
Yeah, that's a really good last dart.
100.
Well, that's what he'll be telling himself, Raymond Smith. He's got 6 darts from 179, one of the biggest wins of his career.
That was an important last start again.
Michael required 161.
Here we go.
65. Right, you require 80.
Well, surely he's going to get at least 1 match dart. Can he keep his cool?
Yes.
He's going to get 2.
Oh, he's done it!
What a performance! Australia's #1 Raymond Smith
Superb.
stuns Michael Smith with a clinical performance. The man who won in Shanghai and suffered another upset in Brisbane. What a start to the first ever Brisbane Darts Masters. The Aussie gets the job done in some style. Smith 6, Smith 1.